recreating the first climb of Everest in history with the longest climb of Everest in history.
I'm on a mission to complete a triathlon from England to Everest, swimming, cycling, running, hiking and climbing to the highest point on Earth. And finally, I've reached Nepal. After 12,832 kilometers since Dover, I've just finished my 900 kilometers run from sea level. And now all that stands between me and the roof of the Earth is 360 kilometers of mountainous trekking and the summit itself. But that isn't all. Now, I'm following in the footsteps of giants.
We were in the British Embassy in Kathmandu, where the first ever climb of Mount Everest in history began.
In 1953, Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary gathered with a team of Sherpas and other climbers to attempt the impossible, to climb the tallest mountain on Earth. Nowadays, Everest climbers fly into Lukla, a town just 65 kilometers from base camp. But back then, there was no airport, and the team had to trek there from Kathmandu. By chance, when I finished my run, I met this man, the Deputy UK Ambassador. He told me that before the climb, Hillary and Tenzing were invited to stay at the British Embassy and invited me and my team to do the same. And so this story begins in the Ambassador's living room on the eve of the final phase of my 13,000 kilometers expedition across the world with a very important question.
Now, what can I offer you to drink?
So it begins.
So it begins.
The right
Begins with a scotch, the right way, as we replicate the first climb of Everest in history, now with the longest climb of Everest in history. And I'm pretty sure Hillary and Tenzing may have had a dram, but we're making our own.
I reckon they might have had a few drinks.
We're making our own history.
I'm sure they would. Anyway, come and sit down.
Thank you so much.
I didn't even consider this until we finished, and then speaking to Luke, that we'd have the opportunity to fully follow in the footsteps of that history. It's so incredible. Blown away really by it. So thank you for the opportunity.
It's our pleasure. I really don't know how it works. Is there a window that you have to climb in?
Yeah.
Like when you check the weather forecast, and then when you do wait for the team also, when's the exact weather to suitable for the climbing, you're following that weather forecast.
We're never going to know until we get there, and it's very dependent on the jet stream. Every year it's different. So we'll arrive to base camp around the 15th of April, and then we're planning to summit around sort of May 15th to the 18th is ideal. Just straight after the fixing team summit, they'll go for their push.
What does it mean to be starting from the British Embassy, and importantly why?
It was never expected. This is just like this dream of climbing Everest, and these heroes of mine growing up have been so influential, and then to basically just be asked off the whim, do you want to come and stay here to replicate one of the greatest achievements in human history, and from a quiet childhood dream, now we've got an actual chance to follow in the footsteps of legends and make history. It's just mental.
In 2 months' time, you could be dead. And that's a risk that you've willingly chosen. How do you feel about that right now?
I think I would have been more nervous if you asked me this question at the beginning, but we've been through so much. I've been through so much that I'm just not ready to think about worst case scenario, and I'm just so focused on getting the job done. Every single thing we do is a risk. You go to work, you take a bus, it's a risk. F it, who cares? We're only here once, what a way to go. I'm not less afraid of it. I'm not less afraid of it at all. It's kind of put in perspective, over the last 5-6 months now.
One last thing before the beginning of the most important phase of your life so far. There is, at some point in the past, a very young boy reading a very important book about Everest, dreaming of being in the position you are right now. What would you say to that little kid dreaming of Everest?
I would say you knew you were going to do it, and here you are. Simple as that.
Are you feeling nervous, Mitch?
No, exciting at the moment. Just pure excitement.
We ate breakfast, as close to what we believe Hillary and Tenzing had, chapati and aloo, plus a full English for good measure. Then it was time to begin.
There we go.
Apparently, when the ambassador and the embassy saw Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay off, the last thing that happened was that the ambassador gave Hillary some flags. So there you go.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, be safe.
Yes.
I'll try my best.
Have fun. You're inspiring future generations of mad British people.
We hope so. Thank you.
And we were off. 360 kilometers across the Himalayas, then climbing Everest. Easy.
Right then, Mitch, where are we heading first?
Back to the Royal Palace where we finished the run, because obviously every single meter's got to be done.
Right then, now all the dramatic stuff's out of the way, it's time to meet the team. This is Gel J Sherpa, 37 8,000 meter peaks, 8 Everest summits, and the highest rescue mission on planet Earth. He's my guide on Everest, my friend, and a badass. Adriana Brownlee, the youngest woman to complete all 14 peaks and the co-founder of AGA Adventures with Gel J, who'll be coordinating the summit attempt. Nikki, my girlfriend and my rock, joining us today in Kathmandu before I push on alone for the summit. Stan, my cameraman, who'll be filming the whole thing until base camp. And Timo and Courtney, adventurers who hitchhiked the length of Africa last year and will be joining me on the trek for moral support until base camp.
We're done now.
We'll touch the gate, shall we? Right, here we go. This is where we finished the run, and now let's go to Lukla.
After touching the palace gates, Phase 4 had officially begun.
So we're on phase 4 of the mission, carrying everything we need for the next 300k, completely self-supported. We don't even know where we're sleeping tonight, which is great. So 264k here now to Pat Plow, which is the last where the road runs out, and then it's another 2 days to get to Lukla, which is where everyone else will be flying in, and then trek the 8 days to base camp. Boom! And after that, climb Everest.
I have done no training. I am in the worst physical shape I've ever been in my life, so it should be fun.
We moved through the heavy traffic of Kathmandu together, dodging cars and trucks, left, right and centre. It felt amazing to be moving, but I couldn't wait to get out of the city.
It gets quite complicated trying to get through cities like this, especially when you're being guided by a man with ADHD. Are you surprised he survived?
100%. I was really, really worried about him. Like the first day, I was like, oh my God. And then as it progressed and he was running and cycling next to the lorries, at least 5 times a day, something's broken at home. I thought he'd have at least one very serious injury, but for somehow, some way, he clearly does have a guardian angel.
Soon it was time to say goodbye to the rest of the team. We'll see Adriana and Gelje in Lukla. The 5 of us pushed on further out of the city. Normally Kathmandu is covered in a thick layer of smog, but as if to bless us on our journey, it had lifted slightly today to reveal my goal.
Stay Himalayas.
Hey, oh my God, it doesn't even look real.
Yes, you see the Himalayas!
Almost there.
Now we just have to walk to them.
All the way.
All the way to them.
Seeing the Himalayas in all their glory was a huge boost, but I'll tell you what, they looked really far away.
How are you feeling about the next couple of months, Nikki?
Nervous. Yeah. My overall feeling is I should probably not talk about how nervous I am. Like I don't want to bring any negative energy to it, but yeah, I'm pretty nervous. It's sad to kind of be apart and then come back together and then have to be apart again. And I'm looking forward to coming back to Kathmandu because it's the most beautiful place.
Do you reckon he's going to make the summit?
Do I think he's going to make the summit? Oh, I know that he's going to make the summit. I think I said it in the swim. I said it about the cycle and the run and everything. He won't give up. It's no doubts from me.
What about you, Mitch?
Try our best.
Saying goodbye to Nikki was really hard and made everything seem a lot more real. Knowing that I wouldn't see her again until I'd either summited the highest mountain on Earth or not.
Oh, bless her.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. She's been so good. She's been like, not taking it for granted, but been so caught up in it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think
She knows how much of a rock she is.
yeah.
But I couldn't wallow in my doubt. I had to keep moving. If nothing else, to escape the world's most polluted city.
Last time I was in the pool to climb Amadab Lam, which is a very hard mountain, I got a throat infection. My entire throat was white. I couldn't eat properly for 10 days, and it was one of the hardest summit pushes of my life. And that was all because I didn't wear a buffer or a mask for the trek. Here in Kathmandu, the pollution and the smog is very, very bad. So I'm not taking any chances now. As much as I hate it, I'm wearing a mask for the entire 300k.
We kept moving towards today's 22-kilometre goal, pushing further and further out of the city. It felt wild to be on the final phase of my journey, having started it in the same way as 2 climbing legends. It finally actually felt like I was climbing Everest now, 900 kilometres since I had officially begun on foot. Not knowing how far we'd cover each day, we hadn't planned any accommodation for the trek, and tonight's place was a bit unexpected.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. What?
Why is there a water park here?
What do
I guess
you
this is
mean?
like the official hotel of Water Kingdom's resort.
What do you mean? I'm so
What
confused.
do you mean?
Is this open?
I bet there's no water.
Yeah, me too. Courtney's really excited.
A few moments later.
It's completely closed. This is my Joker origin story.
Well, well, well. The final stage begins.
I can't wait to get out to the city. We'll get out to the city by tomorrow, and I'm just so happy to be on the way. It feels like we're really getting there now. Yes.
Theoretically, in exactly 2 months, you should have summited Everest, or not.
Yeah, having breakfast with the ambassador is just a little treat that we never thought we'd get. Following like my dreams now, following in their footsteps is just something that I didn't ever comprehend like would be a thing, would be possible, but I'm thankful.
Get some good rest. We still have
280k to go.
Well, that was an amazing water park, guys.
We set off again up a fat hill, and already the madness was kicking in.
99 bottles of beer.
No, that one, please.
Take one down, pass it around. 98.
Speeding me up, actually. It's great. It's super useful.
97 bottles of beer on the wall. 97 bottles of beer.
Wish I had f***ing 96 bottles to get through this.
You guys want to play What Would I Bring Camping with me?
Not really.
The dust on these dirt roads was thick, and we struggled up more hills than we'd expected this early on, but we were finally out of the worst of the city, and the truck dodging had got slightly less dangerous, though not enough. Not a problem that Hillary and Tenzing had to face. Soon we stopped for a break to fuel up the right way.
Mitchell, your
Slowly.
nutrition is bad.
Yeah.
We've requested help because
We've requested help.
honestly, your nutrition consists of like rice, protein shakes, and like
Mass
curry
gainer
that
shakes.
makes you shit yourself. We
did.
rang up Zuki and we said,
did.
"Hey, I said hi. I'm worried my friend's gonna die. Please, can you send some stuff?"
That was pretty much, that's pretty much what happens, yeah. So we've got a nice collection of all different types of stuff. Collagen, vitamin C, magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most important. Does your metabolism, muscle, joints, bones, lots of things. Magnesium is just one of the most important minerals you can get. Pineapple guava flavour. It's actually really nice.
Well, let's do a taste test. Do you want some vitamin C?
Have some.
Wait, can I do this one?
This is why it's so good, is because it's like 4 times higher, quicker absorption than tablet or any other form. So it actually hits you much quicker, which is mega important. When you're feeling low, with it, have this, boom, you're feeling better pretty quick.
Thoughts?
This one's literally an orange creamsicle.
This is collagen. This is for your bones, your muscles, and joints. Most importantly.
Are you sure this is healthy?
Yeah.
It tastes delicious. Like it tastes like a candy.
Tastes too good to be that nutritious, doesn't it?
Say thank you to Zuki.
Thank you, Zuki, for making this last push a bit less painful. Happy days.
Zuki has joined the project in a way that could genuinely make the difference between me summiting Everest or not. So please check out their link in the description below to support them in the same way they've so kindly supported us. Coming off the main road finally, like a little kind of climb up.
1,000 steps.
1,000 steps.
Why not?
But it's fine.
Add something.
There's a lot.
This is the most direct route.
Shortest distance-wise.
Yeah.
But we are going a lot of up and down now.
The 1,000 steps really lived up to the name. With each of us carrying all our own kit, it was a struggle to the top, but it was made worth it by a big gold Buddha and the tiny tea house on the mountainside. Heaven.
Bless you. Oh, this is f***ing a bit nice, isn't it?
This is a bit nice.
It's a mud leopard.
Oh, that's more like it. Beautiful spot.
This is what I was looking forward to the most, the entire planned this expedition from the start. Little quiet guest houses that no one knows about.
How are you feeling physically? Is it super easy?
About a 4 out of 10.
What was the run?
3 or 4. Run, at the start, 9.5, 10 some days.
What was the swim?
12.
Yeah, mate. You actually had no right to survive this
Oh
bit.
yeah, I know, I swear that.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Good day, sir. Thank you.
Nepali people are the f***ing best.
It was so nice.
Oh, this is a good track.
Oh, mate, it's f***ing beautiful. How do you feel going downhill, mate? Knowing that we've got up to 1,700 metres and now we're going back down to 400 metres before then climbing the tallest mountain in the world.
Wait, we're going down to 400.
Yeah, I know.
Not right.
I know, dude. Just make the mountain smoother.
This is not true. It was true. We'll be following the valley for the next week, and that means that we'll be coming down basically all the way to sea level before we can come up again. Rank. We came down more beautiful but ankle-twisting paths as the sun started to set. After a while, we made a friend.
He's a good boy. Sit. You gonna sit?
You're silly.
Honestly, kind of terrified.
The hotel we'd planned to stay at was closed down, so we were forced to keep moving, hoping to find a place. But again, luck was on our side. Somehow we'd stumbled upon something really special.
So we were just walking along, not knowing where we were going to be sleeping. Then we came across Mitsu and Govinda, and they conveniently own this farm stay guest house, literally 500 meters from when we met them. The Nepalese, no more needs to be said, they're just incredible. You never have to feel like you're in danger here.
And we've made a friend.
Good to meet you. What's your name?
Mitch.
Mitch.
Namaste, sir. Nice
to meet you.
So here at the end of the day, and it's turned into one of the best days of my trip so far. It just so happens to be Nepal's first ever organic farm. And Vivek here is in charge.
So the name of the farm is Hasera Permaculture Learning Center.
Yeah.
And what we do is we practice organic farming ourselves. We have 1 acre land where we have around 600 different types of plants. We work with farmers and we help them shift from chemical farming. So this tea comes from the farmer's farm.
That's perfect. Today was night we're making momos.
So here we have cabbage, onion, garlic, and the soybean.
And all of this comes from the farm, right?
The soybean does not. Everything else does.
I was just going to ask you how your momos are. Are you happy with your it?
Oh yeah, we made these. I am slightly worried.
Fantastic. They are. We're just very thankful that we bumped into Vivek's parents.
Yeah, it was a weird coincidence, no?
Yeah, very.
Absolutely.
Maybe it was meant to be.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay, some blessings for you.
Blessing for you.
Oh, thank you.
Have a safe travel. We wish there will not much. You find good food on the way and find a good place to sleep in the night.
Have a safe travel. Not tiredness.
I feel fired the up. That blessing ceremony, God, I feel like I could walk in front of a car and go, not today.
Basically Hancock with the train.
What a special place, eh?
Yeah.
Back on the fucking road, boys and girls.
On the road again.
We'll be on the road again.
The plan today was to tick off another 25k, and our friend from yesterday had returned to guide us.
Brew.
Guess who's back?
Brew. What's up, Brew?
Problem. You're a problem. Whoa. Oh my god. How good do you feel right now, Mitch?
Better than I felt in a long time.
The dog stayed with us for a couple of hours, then bounced off to God knows where, probably because it knew we were about to dip down into the dreaded valley.
So, Mitch, we're finally in the valley.
We're in the valleys.
The valley to what, like 5,000 meters of climbing probably in the last since Digger.
Yeah, I know.
We have now returned, undone all of that work, and returned to basically sea level.
So we're at 400, so then we're going to have 8,400 basically climbing. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Easy, mate.
Steady. It's steady.
Easy.
This road through the valley was honestly hellish. Barely wide enough for one bus, there were usually two coming, and we had to fit into that equation somehow, with only a cliff to leap off for safety. But somehow we survived and made it to lunch.
So guys, here we are, having the Nepalese delicacy, dal bhat.
Dal bhat.
Well timed. The Nepalese love to have this essentially for breakfast, and then they'll have like a small lunch, and then basically have dal bhat again for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner.
And there's a phrase that comes with dal bhat, which is why we're eating it while we trek.
24-hour dal bhat power.
Dal bhat.
Dal bhat.
Dal bhat.
As we dipped further into the valley, we began to see destroyed buildings all around us. Nepal gets over 100 earthquakes a year, and so in the valleys, roads, buildings, and sometimes whole villages are regularly destroyed.
I'm glad we took this route because there is literally, the road is gone. Luckily, the Nepalese are quick to improvise, adapt, and overcome.
It looks like something out of a disaster movie, doesn't it? It's like, daily life.
This was crazy to see, and it was hard to imagine how precarious life is in this region. We continued through the thick dust on the dry riverbed, all the way to the end, or so we thought.
This is where theoretically there's a hotel, but it's on the side of the road where all the landslides are.
I reckon the hotel's gone.
I think the hotel might be gone.
Yeah, it was gone.
Right, Mitch. The adventure continues unexpectedly.
All right, we were looking for some kind of lodge which doesn't exist. Now the plan is to hopefully push another 5k, because then there's definitely somewhere 25k after that tomorrow.
As the sun set, we met a local man on the riverbed who told us about a little-known guest house up the road, just in time.
You happy to be here, Mitch?
Buzzing.
This is big.
What a result. I love just not knowing where you're going to be each night, and then us thinking we might be going a bit further to Wild Camp, and then a guy on the riverbed telling us that this place, with no English, that this place might be nice, and now it's beautiful.
Now we've had a shower, There's electricity, so Stay can stay up all night editing videos.
I know, Stan's very happy with that.
We met some friends over here that gave us these Nepalese sweets.
Yeah.
What's the name of this? The sweet? Murag.
Puff rice laddu. Laddu means round.
Latu, oh, okay.
Sweets.
Say it.
No.
The day another dog.
Come on, dog. Let's go talk to Mitch. How are you doing this morning, Mitchell?
I'm absolutely stunning.
You're stunning.
I'm stunning as in I'm good, I'm fantastic. I'm definitely not stunning, I'm a wrinkled, burnt, old man.
But good job you got some collagen supplements from Zuki.
Good job, I got Zuki.
How are you doing? Are you aged, wrinkled and grumpy or whatever?
No, I had a Zooki yesterday. I'm refreshed.
Thank you for that.
Oh.
Another destroyed road.
The further we got into the valley, the worse the destruction became. It stayed like that all day. As we followed the river through the vast mountains, the lower we sunk, the hotter it got. It was only trekking, but with full kit on our backs. The heat, the uneven terrain, and the long distances, this phase was starting to take a toll on all of us. Thank God we had nice cosy rooms waiting for us at the end of the day.
Mitch, what's going on? Where's the hotel?
We are building our own hotel.
We have a bit of a stinky room, so we're camping on the roof with chow mein downstairs. We're even letting us use the cold shower. So life doesn't get better than this. Fantastic, eh?
Well, it does. Could have had an air-conditioned room.
We settled in for a nice peaceful meal in the tranquility of the Himalayas. And a restful night's sleep under clear skies.
It's too early for your shit.
Morning.
F*** off.
Alright, I'll talk to Courtney instead. That was the best sleep ever.
Uninterrupted by wind, uninterrupted by rain,
thought you were a bit
uninterrupted by fucking snoring. Can I swear?
Yes.
Ready to go, Mitchell?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Do you want to introduce our new friend?
Mark from
Hello.
Coga HQ, the legend. Is going to go somewhere out.
Today we were joined by Mark, a bloke we'd met a few days earlier at the British Embassy, who'd spontaneously decided to join us for a day of trekking.
Wow. Wow.
Love it.
Do you think they know what it means?
Absolutely they do. You can see it in his eyes.
He was laughing.
Cheeky little smile.
Yeah.
Today's route took us slap bang down the middle of the valley, through tiny villages and farms, but soon we veered out of the riverbed, up the side of a mountain.
Road zigzags for about another 300 metres vertically, but we've just seen a small trail coming off there. Only problem is there is a prominent landslide there, but it looks like it's been there for a while.
Let's give it a go. It. Bit of adventure.
Yeah.
We were hopeful that this was an old landslide, but as we got closer, we realised it was going to be riskier than we thought.
How are you feeling about this, Timmy?
Got it.
Nicely done, Timmy. You're nearly there.
But here, everything is loose.
That's all right. Go with it. Go with it. Just let it fall with you slightly.
Yeah.
It's solid now.
There we go.
Nicely done. You got a bit of sand on your ass there, Timmy.
I do that.
It looks so much worse from below.
I'm so scared of. Wow, it does not look.
If she dies, she died.
So keep your centre of gravity nice and close to the wall. You're doing really well. You're about to reach the bit that's going to feel a little scary, but the furthest you're going to slide is this big rock here, and I've got my hand out in case you need it. Okay? You got this. You're good. You're good. You're doing really well.
Sorry, I'm just a bit scared.
No.
Ground will get more stable there. There you go.
I got you. You're literally safe now because I can grab you. Okay? I got you.
How you doing?
Whew, I hate heights.
Yes. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I love traversing landslides. It's bloody fantastic. Happy days, eh, Courtney?
I'm just thinking of all the other people in my life who are scared of heights trying to do that.
Safely past the obstacle, we crossed a few more stable landslides, went up a lot, and then back down again into the roasting heat of the valley.
Could I get one word from each person to describe how f***ing hot it is?
Fucking hot.
Melting!
Not too bad, really. Harry von Redpix.
But that's okay, because we have Zuki. This is hydration for exercise and recovery. Sodium. What I'm going to need to not die.
It really was extreme heat, and all of us were struggling with it right until the end of the day.
You want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
We've done 500 meters up out of the 5,500 meters that we need to do on this trail.
Wait, so what's our biggest day, the last 2 days?
From here, we've got another 5,000 meters of elevation before we hit Papli.
Base camp, yeah.
No, to Papli.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, you can't.
Oh my
You can't.
god.
The beginning of this trek had lulled us into a false sense of security. It had been pretty tough already, but we barely scratched the surface. From now on, every single day would be harder than the last.
Broke the 100k mark yesterday. Up and down today, about 300 up, 300 down. It's gonna get up to 35 degrees soon.
Got
Are you serious?
Yes, apparently. We can't wait to start climbing because then it'll drop down about 10 degrees.
Yeah, we've got a few days until that happens.
Got quite a few days until that happens.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
After a few hours, it was time to say goodbye to Mark, and for Courtney and Timo to come into their own as professional hitchhikers.
It's a shame we couldn't stay longer, mate.
Mate, it's been lovely.
It's got some
Been lovely,
blisters.
but bloody duty calls.
Have you ever thought about hosting one of those master classes? Hi, I'm Courtney Allen and I'm Timo de Jong. I'll be teaching you about how to stand on the side of the road and look appealing.
If you have a thumb, it makes things easier.
Mate, it's been a pleasure.
Mate, absolutely.
Heavy man. Thank you, boss.
Hopefully you can see. Perfect.
Wow.
I just improvised that. I don't know how I'm not.
That was really cool.
I'm fired up, let's go.
As Mark sped off into the sunset, we continued on through the extreme heat for some more fun elevation. It was now the hottest day of the entire 7-month mission, and everyone was feeling it.
It's actually a bit insane how warm it is.
35.
Which is actually hotter than most days in the Arabian desert.
We're going to be working this a lot into our videos, but global warming is taking such a massive toll. I guarantee you when Hillary and Tenzing did this in 53, guarantee you it was nowhere near as hot as this.
We've been chatting to this agency who are launching a campaign called Save Our Snow. Nepal is getting hit probably harder than most other countries in the world by climate change already. We were chatting to Gelji, who's obviously one of the most experienced mountaineers in the world, and he was saying that base camp was constantly under snow cover until 6 years ago, and since then there's been none, which is insane.
It's just rock now, even when I was there in 2011, covered in snow.
And we've been seeing all these landslides everywhere, and it's not a coincidence that there's more of them now. What happens is the glaciers and the snow melt, and they seep into the rock in the lower mountains, and that makes everything incredibly brittle in hot season. Like, it gets in, weakens the mountain, and then it evaporates in the hot weather, and then in even a mild earthquake, the mountain just falls away. Kills people, it destroys homes, it destroys villages. People are already dying because of climate change.
Genuinely horrible, and how fast it's happening. So we're gonna do our best to shine a light on that. And just because it doesn't affect you, doesn't mean you shouldn't care about it.
Despite today being a tough one, I am so glad to be here. After 12,832k of brutal graft, to be on the final road to Everest, following in the footsteps of my heroes, is hard to comprehend. As I reached our camp spot for the night, on a beautiful riverbed, all I could feel is gratitude.
You happy?
Oh my God, this is what it's about.
What's the plan this evening?
We're surrounded by about 1 million bits of firewood. So we're gonna have a sing-along, have some whiskey, have a campfire, see where the night takes us.
Unbelievable.
A heavy day, that.
Unbelievable. Talk me through the fire setup, one of yours.
So we've built a circle of beautiful rocks. We've brought some rocks to sit on, perfectly evenly spaced so we're not too
close to each other. Yeah.
It was a long day. I'm too good. I'm too good.
That is a great fire, to be fair. Burning like it's got gas fuel, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's so dry.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Brilliant.
Look around us. How do you think we're doing?
Morale is high. Stomachs are empty though.
Mitch is on that.
Mitch is on it. I'm chef. The chef is on it.
We've done a week.
Yeah, we have. Wow.
Feels like day 800.
Well done, guys.
How's it been so far, Mitch?
Unbelievable. It's been magical. It's been tough, but it's been enjoyable to do it with these guys and doing things at a pace for the first time in 6 months where I'm not only worrying about getting to the end of the day without killing myself. The calm before the storm, literally.
I know I still have hell to go through to reach the end, but right here, surrounded by my friends, monkeys running above, mountains all around, I was happy. The calm before the storm, indeed.